Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a really important and timely topic that's shaking up the global political and economic landscape. President Donald Trump turning up the heat on the European Union with fresh tariff threats. This move is part of a broader, high-stakes trade strategy from the US that could have far-reaching consequences, not just for America and Europe, but for the entire world economy and for us as consumers. Since taking office, President Trump has made it clear that tariffs are one of his preferred tools to protect American industries and push for fairer trade deals. We've already seen this approach with China and other trading partners, but now the spotlight is on the European Union, America's largest trading partner. These new threats involve potentially imposing higher tariffs on a range of EU exports to the US, including major sectors like automobiles, steel, aluminum, wine, and agricultural products. So why is Trump targeting the EU now? The answer lies in his America First agenda. President Trump believes that the EU's trade policies have been unfair to the US for years. Things like high tariffs on American goods, subsidies for EU companies, and limited access to European markets for US products. By threatening new tariffs, Trump is essentially demanding that the EU open up their markets more, lower their tariffs on American goods, and increase their contributions to defense spending within NATO, which has been a long-standing point of contention. But this isn't just about economics, it's also about power and politics. Trump is using tariffs as leverage to pressure the EU into making concessions that serve US strategic interests. He's also sending a message globally that the US is willing to take aggressive steps to defend its economic position and sovereignty. Of course, these fresh tariff threats have raised alarms across the globe. If the US actually imposes higher tariffs on EU products, the EU isn't going to stand by quietly. They have already promised to respond with proportional retaliatory measures, which means higher tariffs on American goods coming into Europe. This tit-for-tat dynamic could easily escalate into a full-blown trade war, a scenario where everyone loses. Consumers in both the US and Europe could feel the pinch as prices rise on cars, wine, food, and many other goods. Businesses that rely on cross-Atlantic trade would face increased costs and supply chain disruptions. And beyond the direct impact on trade, the uncertainty could shake up global financial markets. Stocks in sectors like automotive, steel, and technology could become highly volatile, affecting investors and economies worldwide. Additionally, multinational companies that depend on smooth international supply chains might have to rethink where and how they manufacture products, which could lead to delays, higher costs, and reduced efficiency. The ripple effects would be felt far beyond just tariffs, influencing everything from jobs to innovation. Given all these risks, the best path forward for both the US and the EU is to prioritize dialogue, negotiation, and cooperation over threats and retaliation. Tariffs should always be a last resort after diplomacy has failed. Building walls between major economies only stifles growth and makes global challenges harder to solve. Instead, the US and EU need to work toward fair and sustainable trade agreements that protect their industries while encouraging open markets and innovation. Such agreements not only support economic stability, but also help maintain the political alliances that are crucial for global peace and security. In conclusion, the story of Trump turning up tariff pressure on the EU is more than just a trade dispute. It's a reflection of shifting dynamics in global economic and geopolitical power. By understanding what's at stake and why these moves are happening, we can better grasp the challenges and opportunities facing the world today. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the latest global events. See you in the next video.